Society can be taken apart and put back together again like a machine. What, you say? Well, no. If you think about it, it's just, it's completely the product of human beings. We create society. So, I mean, you could argue society is a series, like a clockwork mechanism of laws and representatives and customs and culture and expectations, or you could say that society is the most primitive thing, like two wild men meeting in the forest. But whatever it is, it's always a creation of ourselves, so to say that it can't be changed is silly because it's the thing that we can change the most. We can't talk, we don't know much about the mountains and the oceans and the stars and time and mortality and all these wonderful things, okay? And we don't know what life is. We can't create life on our own. We don't know how the human body works. We don't know any number of things, but society, as far as we can tell, that's our baby. That's all us. That's all you. So to say that we can't change things is that that's just the thing we can change the most. In fact, maybe it's the only thing we can change. And we can say that since we don't really know who we are or what we're doing, that it's the thing that we can't change, ironically. But if we want to have the idea that we're all, somehow meaningful as human beings, that we don't just exist as part of some economic race somewhere to greatness, or, material, physical power, any of these things, but whatever it is, whatever our goal is going to be, we can all decide it together. And, when you take this idea, it's just very difficult to look at things and say that they have to be any one way because, past certain constraints, there's no reason why that should be. And if you don't recognize that, you're denying your humanity. You're basically making yourself less human if you deny that you can change your society. In fact, if you aren't constantly aware of your social influence and your social power and what the social symbolism of all of your acts, phrases, and statements mean, you haven't examined your life any more than if you would examine your own soul, or examine yourself before Christ, or examine yourself in front of any kind of rigorous rubric, because the very job that you, for example, may be working every day is part of a system that's destroying people. And I don't want, I could give you several specific examples, but we all know that those jobs are out there and that people are working those jobs, and that many people feel they have to work those jobs because otherwise they would die, because other people would let them down for not working those jobs. So what you have is this system where, with the economic system, well, yes, we have growth and some freedom, I suppose. We also have a system where many people are afraid to make a stand because they think they're going to die afterwards. And as human beings, we, as volitional human beings who have choice, the ability to grasp right and wrong, fair and unfair, moral and immoral, and we're going to impose these ideas, then we also need to have the right to really look at that and say, by working this job, what am I doing to Joe? What am I doing to Sarah? What am I doing to everyone who lives downriver from me? And if you don't ask these questions, and you don't let other people ask these questions, then you can't say that you're fully developed human beings who are making every effort to make sure that their choices are right or wrong. And if you aren't making that effort, then you can't really blame people for creating friction toward your efforts.